Space is big. Really big. You've heard that before, right? But what they don't tell you is that space is also quiet. Dead quiet. For millions of years, most of the stuff out there just sits. It follows the rules. It orbits the sun like a loyal soldier. But every once in a long while, something breaks the rules. Something comes screaming out of the darkness that wasn't born in our neighborhood. It's an intruder, a ghost, a cosmic hitchhiker that's been traveling since before the continents on Earth even had their current names.
We're talking about a visitor from the deep interstellar woods. And let me tell you, this thing isn't just passing through, it's dropping hints in code. From growing a tail in the wrong direction to pulling stunts that defy every physics textbook we own, this object is a total enigma. Is it just a weirdly shaped rock, or is it something more? A time capsule, a piece of ancient technology sent from a star system that died before our sun was even a spark. The way it entered our solar system is a massive 1 in a billion coincidence. But why now? And why is the entire scientific community, from NASA to the ESA, literally holding their breath for what happens in December 2025? Put on your seatbelts, because we're about to chase a shadow across the galaxy. Welcome back to Historia Today.
The story of 3I/Atlas doesn't start with a bang. It starts with a glitch. It's a chilly, unassuming night in July 2025. While the rest of the world is sleeping, a massive network of robotic eyes is wide awake. This is the Atlas Network, the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. These telescopes, scattered across Hawaii, Chile, and South Africa, are Earth's bodyguards. Their only job? Scan the black, find the rocks, and make sure nothing is coming to turn us into the next dinosaur exhibit.
That night, the system flagged a faint, spinning dot. At first glance, totally unremarkable. The software tagged it as just another boring asteroid, probably some stray piece of gravel from the belt between Mars and Jupiter. But then the orbital mechanics guys crunched the numbers, and that's when the coffee started hitting the floor. The computer didn't just flag it, it screamed.
Here is the smoking gun. In our solar system, there is a speed limit. It's dictated by the sun's gravity. The closer you are to the fire, the faster you have to run so you don't fall in. Let's look at the local speed demons. Mars is cruising at a comfortable 24 kilometers per second. That's about 53,000 miles per hour. Fast, sure. Earth, our home turf, is doing 29.8 kilometers per second. Mercury, the little speedster closest to the sun, rips along at 47.9 kilometers per second. But the object Atlas spotted, it wasn't near the sun, it was way out by Jupiter, the suburbs of our system. At that distance, things are supposed to be sluggish, but 3I Atlas was clocking in at a mind-blowing 58 kilometers per second.
You don't have to be an astrophysicist to see the problem here. It was moving faster than Mercury, but it was 5 times further away. That shouldn't be possible for a local. It's like seeing a golf cart on the highway doing 200 miles per hour. You immediately know that's not a golf cart. That speed was the definitive proof. This rock wasn't from our neighborhood. It wasn't even from our state. It came from the vast, empty, no man's land between the stars, interstellar space.
Once the data was triple-checked, NASA officially pulled the alarm. They tagged it as an interstellar object. Now, when scientists started digging through the digital trash, they realized they'd been ghosted. It turns out another telescope, The TESS space hunter had actually captured images of the object back in May 2025. But because it was moving so fast and was so faint, the algorithms just ignored it. It was too weird to be real. Once they confirmed it was an outsider, it got its passport number. The I stands for Interstellar. The 3, that's the part that gives astronomers goosebumps. In the entire history of human civilization, we have only ever seen 3 of these things. First was Oumuamua in 2017, that weird cigar-shaped scout ship-looking thing. Second was Borisov in 2019, a more traditional-looking comet. And now we have the third, 3I Atlas. But here's the kicker. Atlas isn't just another one. It's the big brother that makes the first 2 look like toys.
If Oumuamua was a scout and Borisov was a visitor, 3I Atlas is an invader. Let's look at the stats because they are terrifying. Difference number 1, size. Oumuamua was small, maybe 400 meters. You could fit it inside a few football stadiums. Borisov was about 1 kilometer. But 3I Atlas, this beast is 5.6 kilometers wide. To put that in perspective, that's a mountain the size of an entire city hurtling through space at 130,000 miles per hour. If that hit Earth, it's game over for humanity. No Bruce Willis, no oil drillers, no second chances. Difference number 2, the path. This is where the suspense turns into straight-up weirdness. Our solar system is shaped like a flat dinner plate. All the planets orbit on this flat disk. The first 2 interstellar visitors dropped in from above the plate, like a bird flying down toward a table. But 3I Atlas, it came in from the side. It sliced straight through the edge of the disk. Experts say hitting the solar system on that specific trajectory is like hitting a bullseye with an arrow from 10 miles away. It's a cosmic coincidence, so perfect, it almost feels intentional. So, where did this monster come from? Where is home? Trying to find the origin of 3I/Atlas is like trying to find a specific grain of sand in a hurricane. But by backtracking its speed and that straight-as-an-arrow path, scientists have pinpointed a terrifyingly ancient neighborhood, the thick disk of the Milky Way. Quick Astronomy 101. Our galaxy is a flat spiral. Most of the action, new stars, planets, life, happens in the thin disk. That's where we live. It's the new part of town. But above and below us is the thick disk. This is the old neighborhood, the ghetto of the galaxy. It's filled with ancient metal-poor stars that have been around since the dawn of time. Scientists estimate 3I Atlas is roughly 7.6 billion years old. Think about that. This rock is nearly twice as old as the Earth. When the Earth was just a ball of molten lava, Atlas had already been traveling through the void for billions of years. It has seen the birth and death of stars we don't even have names for. For the last 10 million years, it has been drifting in the absolute zero of deep space, not getting close to a single star, until it met ours. Here is where the mystery deepens. Usually, comets are lazy. They stay frozen and dead until they get close to the sun, usually around the orbit of Mars. That's when the heat turns their ice into gas and they grow a tail. But 3I/Atlas, this thing woke up early. It started screaming while it was still way out past Jupiter, nearly 5 astronomical units away. For those of you who aren't math nerds, 1 AU is the distance from Earth to the Sun. At 5 AU, space is a frozen graveyard.
But 3I/Atlas started puffing out a coma, a cloud of gas way out there. This told scientists that this isn't just a rock, it's loaded with carbon dioxide, dry ice. It's so volatile that even the weakest, pathetic rays of distant sunlight were enough to make it react. It was like the object was bleeding its secrets before it even got to the front door. And as it crossed the orbits of the giants, first Jupiter, then Mars, the show was just beginning. But nothing prepared us for October 3rd, 2025, when Atlas did something no interstellar object had ever done before. It didn't just pass by, it got close, uncomfortably close. October 3rd, 2025. Mark that date, because on that day, 3I/Atlas didn't just pass through our system, it decided to buzz the neighbors. It made the closest approach to a planet ever recorded for an interstellar object, screaming past Mars at a distance that, in cosmic terms, is basically a hair's breadth. But here's the part that gives me chills. NASA's rovers, the lonely robots we've got wandering the Martian desert, actually looked up. This is it, a photo of an ancient traveler from a dead star system captured by a human-made machine on a different planet. Sure, the rover's cameras weren't built for deep space photography, but that blurred streak is a piece of history. It's the first time we've ever seen a visitor from the surface of another world. It was a hello from 7.6 billion years ago. As Atlas moved closer to the sun, things didn't just get interesting, they got impossible. Every school kid knows that a comet's tail points away from the sun, right? The solar wind acts like a giant fan, blowing the dust and gas backward. But when 3I/Atlas reached the inner system, it pulled a hold my beer move. Its tail was pointing toward the sun. Imagine driving down a highway at 100 miles per hour and your hair starts blowing forward into the wind. It defies the laws of fluid dynamics. For a few weeks, scientists were scrambling, checking their sensors for malfunctions. Was it an optical illusion? A trick of the light? The working theory? The comet's rotation and its unique outgassing were so powerful they overrode the solar wind's pressure. It was literally punching its way through the sun's breath. It eventually flipped back to a normal tail as it got closer, but for that brief window, 3I/Atlas was a rebel without a cause. Then the lab results came back. And this is where the alien theories started gaining some serious traction on Reddit. When astronomers look at a comet, they use spectroscopy, basically reading the light fingerprint of the gas cloud. In every single object we've ever found in our solar system, nickel and iron go together like salt and pepper. They are the cosmic twins. If you find one, you find the other. But 3I/Atlas, near Jupiter, we saw the nickel, but there was zero iron. It was a total chemical ghost. It's like finding a sandwich with peanut butter, but no bread. It shouldn't exist. This suggests that whatever star system Atlas was born in, the chemistry was wrong. It followed a different recipe. Later, as the comet got closer to the sun and the heat intensified, iron finally showed up. This delayed reaction means the iron wasn't on the surface, it was buried deep in the core, protected by a layer we've never seen before. It's not just a rock, it's a multi-layered puzzle. If the missing iron wasn't weird enough, let's talk about the light trick. Scientists measured the polarization of the sunlight bouncing off the dust around Atlas. Normally, light bounces up and down. That's called positive polarization. Every comet we've ever seen does this. Even Oumuamua and Borisov did this. But 3I Atlas? It had extreme negative polarization. The light was bouncing back toward the sun. We're talking about the most extreme readings ever recorded in the history of astronomy. What does that mean in plain English? It means the dust surrounding this thing is unlike anything in our solar system. It's incredibly fine, incredibly fluffy, and likely high in carbon. Some scientists think it's a sign that 3I Atlas is a primitive relic, a piece of the very first dust that formed in the universe, untouched for billions of years. On October 29, 2025, we hit a massive roadblock. This was the moment of perihelion, when the comet was at its absolute closest point to the sun. This should have been the climax. This was when we were supposed to see the most data, the biggest flares, and the ultimate secrets. But 3I Atlas had other plans. From Earth's perspective, it went behind the sun. For weeks, the sun's massive glare blocked our view. We were flying blind. It was the ultimate cliffhanger in the middle of a cosmic thriller. Scientists were left wondering, would the sun's heat shatter the 5.6-kilometer beast? Would it vaporize? Or would it come out the other side, changed? Which brings us to right now. As you watch this video in December 2025, 3I Atlas is emerging from the solar glare, and it's heading for its closest point to Earth. This is the third act of the movie. We are waiting to see if the sun's furnace activated something inside it. Is the tail going to grow to millions of miles in length? Is it going to change its speed again? The show won't last forever. By March 16, 2026, it will swing past Jupiter for the final time. NASA is already repositioning the Juno probe, the one currently orbiting Jupiter, to try and snap a high-res goodbye photo. After that, 3I Atlas will head back into the thick disk, back into the cold, silent void. It will never return. Think about the cosmic odds. Out of billions of years, out of trillions of miles of empty space, this 7.6 billion-year-old traveler decided to drop by exactly when we had the technology to see it. Is it just a weird rock, or is it a messenger? It has shown us chemistry we don't understand, physics that shouldn't work, and a history that predates our world. 3I/Atlas is a reminder that we are just a tiny new neighborhood in a very old, very strange galaxy. So keep your eyes on the December sky. We may never see its like again. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the interstellar unknown, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to Historia today. We're tracking every update on 3I/Atlas as it happens. What do you think? Is Atlas a natural wonder, or is there something artificial about its perfect trajectory and weird behavior? Drop your theories in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay curious.